Yo, yo, yo. I'm back again with episode 2 of Chill Games and Chill Beats. Today I'll be doing some Nioh gameplay on Death to Bandits, the submission. So it's kind of like a walkthrough and just some commentary and just listening to some beats. So let's get into it. I will start with my first track called Nanjing Night Train. So y'all tune in, y'all enjoy, and let's chill out. Gotta hit the shrine just to get that first save in. I'm gonna start off with this right side just to see what's out here, you know. Oh yeah, there's a demon right there, you know, that's that yokai realm cloud. Let me get everything ready. Put the poison on the blade, put the fire on the blade actually. Alright, damn. Oh man. I don't know, I always have a hard time with these ones. You see? There we go. Dead. Good job. Good at this. It's cool. Let's start over. Ain't no biggie. I hope y'all enjoying this beat. You know, I wanted to add like a house kind of flavor to it, but still have like some hip hop elements to it. So later on, you're gonna hear like a little drop that I put in there, like a little hip hop drop. So I like, you know, mixing house and hip hop together. I like things like tech house and midnight house, so a lot of the times you'll see that in my music, or hear that in my music. Okay. Gotta be patient, maintain my pace. Yup. Put in that work. Put some poison on the blade again. I missed like all my shots, my goodness. It's all good. Got him. That's great. Pick up some stuff. Check if I didn't miss anything in that cave. If you guys like the track, feel free to subscribe, like this video, follow me on Spotify at NKG, follow me on Twitter at Nico the Lion. Follow me on Instagram and Twitch at NKG the Genius. Oh no. Word? Okay. Yeet! Hey, got him out the way. My man's is officially swimming with the fishes. Oh man. They're getting up on me. Gang gang. Behind this rock, get a good shot off. Yeah, he waiting for me. Alright, let me come out. Try to get a good shot on him. Yeah, there we go, headshot. I really like using that little sickle scythe thingy, the little chain scythe or whatever you call it. It really lets me mess up the flow out of the people I fight. So this next beat that I have playing is a beat that I made like 7 years ago, but I really like it. It's called Hidden Technique Snake Fist Death Song. So I just watched a lot of kung fu flicks growing up. And you know, there's just like different styles of kung fu. So one of my favorite is the Snake Fist. And I just made a song dedicated to a movie about a Snake Fist user. And like the beat, you know, there's a lot of like snake sounds that I've emulated through like shakers and stuff. So I really like it a lot. While this beat is playing, I'm just gonna go into a little breakdown of life in China, or my life abroad since I left the States back in 2016. So I left Washington DC late August, and I got to China around August 29th, 2016. So it was a dope experience now that I'm looking back to it. But I remember when everything first started, I was a little shook. I can't lie. So, you know, I had got all my money together. I bought my ticket. My little brother brought me to the airport, you know, and, you know, I had to take a plane from DC to Boston, right? So from DC to Boston, and then from Boston to Hong Kong. Now, I didn't know that when you fly from America to China, you know, they don't fly over the Pacific Ocean. They kind of fly over the North Pole. So, like, when I seen that mid-flight, it was a little overwhelming, but it was pretty tough, too. I was looking at it, I was like, are we over the North Pole? I'm looking over it, and I'm seeing all, like, the little I don't know, mountains and icebergs and ice caps and all that, you know, and it's super bright and super white, so it's like it messes with your eyes and stuff. Like, oh man, it was a crazy experience just flying, you know. And it's like the first time I had a really long flight, I had a 35-hour flight, and when I mean 35 hours, I mean that's including like layovers and stuff. So it was really long. I learned my lesson, you know, after that, so that I could get shorter flights than that. You know, most of the time you'll find flights for like 14 hours. Ooh, let me get this headshot right here. Boop. Alright, cool. So I landed in Hong Kong, right? And Hong Kong International Airport was pretty cool. You know, the first thing I noticed is like they had like a Popeyes in there, so I try to hit up the Popeyes, and the Popeyes was like completely different than the Popeyes back home. So that was the first culture shock. I was like, what? And I started having problems with my charger. So like I went to the like they have like an airport store for like Apple products or something. So I tried to buy a charger, and it was in Hong Kong dollars, and I didn't know what the exchange rate was, so I just bought it. I could have bought the most expensive charger in the world and not even have known it. So it was definitely an experience, but it was, you know, everything was just super fresh, so I was just ready for the adventure, you know. So after I get to Hong Kong, that's when I fly up to Nanjing. So we fly for like I think it was like a 4 hour flight, and when we get to Nanjing, you know, Nanjing Airport back then didn't like look so good for my eyes. Like we were flying over these like marshes and stuff like that. So when I got there, I was like, whoa, all right, this is different. Only that, but I had a T-Mobile phone, so they have like kind of like international calling, but when I got to Nanjing, it wasn't really working. So lucky for me though, one of the great things about being here is that if you're in an airport or anywhere major like a train station, you can get Wi-Fi just like by doing stuff like entering WeChat or putting in your phone number. So I just got into WeChat because I had already downloaded it from like America. I watched like some YouTube videos about what you need to do before you go to China. So I just downloaded WeChat already, and I was able to get Wi-Fi through that. So through that, I was able to call my advisor's student, and he showed up and he picked me up. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm thinking we about to head on a taxi, but we head on the train, right? And by then, like, my luggage was so terrible. Like, my luggage was kind of like donated to me. So some of the wheels had broken off and all that stuff. It was bad. Oh no! Damn, I died. Okay. Oh, before I go on, this next song is a remix that I did to a Snoop Dogg song called Back Up. You know, I put my little twist on it, so it's like the NKG remix of Snoop Dogg's Back Up. It's on my SoundCloud. It's not on my Spotify, but I just made it specifically for people who like to just ride around real slow in their cars, who like old school cars and stuff like that. I'm a real car fanatic, so you know, as much as I love like anime and games, I love cars equally, and I love, you know, things that go with it. So this one is just kind of like a song that you cruise to, and plus, you know, Snoop Dogg gets real lyrical in it. So yeah, like but let me I'm actually gonna take a break to let y'all listen to it, and then after we'll get back into it.
Chase 4-5 at the freeway, slanging my banging my swinging my coupe, DeVille, scoop, DeVille, like that right back top of the hill, wheel in my hand with a trunk full of contraband, swimming underwater like I'm Aquaman. I used to drink gin, now it's vodka, man. Boss dog is a baller, no propaganda. Pop your band, don't try and stop the plan. I rock your land, step back and pop your man. Spaced out, caked out, no bugaboo, flipped out, cripped out, nigga, what it really do? Time brings change, so I changed my name. Trying to take flight while they clipping my wings. Groupie ass niggas see you tripping the game with nothing to gain. Plop, plop, popping out, bang. Cat lacquer, crocosacca, hip happer, click clacker, tip tapper, pimp slapper. Ain't tryna act up, don't wanna act up. My nigga back up, nigga back up, hey back up, hey baby back up, baby back up. My nigga back up, nigga back up. I scoop the field, turn the track up. 30 days later, I'm back on the streets. Got a batch of Bomb Beach shit I'm trying to eat. Feet to the pavement, money, I'm craving it. What about the bitches, dawg? Are you saving them? Can a blind man see? Can a shark survive out of water for a week? A snitch is a snitch if he solemnly speak. I don't know name nutter. I'm a product of the beach. To each his own, hard as stone. A lot of y'all niggas bought his hardest phone. Dead wrong, trying to sneak from me to the phone. Step back, nephew, I feel the heat of the chrome. G-Mar and Paw-Paw, in the heat of my cone. Plate full of shit, nigga, I never eat it alone. Heat it alone, then I put the weed in the bone. Step back at the feet of my throne, motherfucker. Cat nigga, crocosacca, hip hopper, click clacker, tip tapper, pimp slapper. Ain't trying to act up, don't wanna act up. My nigga back up, nigga back up, hey back up, hey baby back up, baby back up. My nigga back up, nigga back up. I scoop the field, turn the drag up. Cinematic, right back at it. Talk the walk and walk about that static. I am the extra dramatic. When he popped back, everybody scattered. Didn't matter. I was there from the get-go. Moving heavyweights, Klitschko. Rookies and cookies from Frisco. Put him in a box, Nabisco. We the funk that killed disco. I showed you how to go and get disto. And I'm the reason why you're fucking with disco. But don't thank me, that's how the shit go. It's still banging crypto. From the intro, nigga, what they hitting for? Hold up. Who was that trying to come through? Step back, I get mic check 1, 2. Cat lacquer, crocosacca, hip hopper, click clacker, tip tapper, pimp slapper. Ain't trying to act up, don't wanna act up. My nigga back up, nigga back up, hey back up, hey baby back up, baby back up. My nigga back up, nigga back up. I scoop the field, turn the drag up. Grapevine, stay low. Get yours, I take mine. 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 Cat lacquer, crocosacca, hip hopper, click clacker, tip tapper, pimp slapper. Ain't trying to act up, don't wanna act up. My nigga back up, nigga back up, hey back up, hey baby back up, baby back up. My nigga back up, nigga back up. I scoop the field, turn the drag up.
Yeah, so that's the backup NKG that I made. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, like or subscribe. Check me out on Spotify. Check me out on SoundCloud. On SoundCloud, I also go by NKG. So also Nico Kilogram. So check it out. But the next track is the original version of Grey Days. I remember in episode 1 I played the remix. So this is the original version that I made by myself. And you know, it's a cool track. I made it just based off the pollution that I've experienced, you know, being out here. And I never seen anything so polluted, but I mean, no criticisms at all. It's all love. It's just some days would be really gray, and I actually took some videos of it. It's actually pretty different to see, you know, like it's interesting to see for real. So let me go back into my story. So my luggage was like broke down, and we get on the train. The train systems here are so fast. Like the subway here, oh my god, I wish that the subway in DC was this fast, because like you could get from one stop to another in 2 minutes. Like you're not waiting more than 5 minutes for a train ever, you know. And maintenance is like, anybody tell you about DC Metro, the maintenance sucks, right? It's like they always got something that they're doing on the tracks, and there's always a reason to hop on a shuttle bus or whatever. It sucks. But over here, that never happens. Like, you know, the only time I've ever heard anything about a shuttle bus from station to station is during Chinese New Year, when certain stations are shut down because there's too many people and they know it'll be jammed up. But it's never like a maintenance thing. So when I got off the train at the stop that I was supposed to go to from my school, because, you know, I was here trying to get my master's, it's like it was the hottest day in the whole summer. It's like August 29th, but it just felt so hot. Like, it made me realize that Nanjing is kind of like DC, where it's kind of humid. You know, there's a lot of lakes and there's a lot of like, it's kind of a little swampy, you know, and there's a lot of rain. So it was just super hot. The air was boiling. You know, I'm carrying my broke luggage up the stairs. You know, I had this, like I said from the first video, I had this image of what I was going to be doing, right? And I'm dragging all my luggage to my dorm. And when I get to my dorm, I can't lie, it was like one of the most disappointing things ever. I damn near died. And let me explain why. So, like, we get to the International Students Building, right? So we get there and it's like packed out. Everybody is coming from abroad. So it's just like everybody's just lined up outside trying to talk to the dorm manager, you know. And the dorm manager was just kind of rude at the same time too. So it was just like not pleasant. And then when you finally got the key to your room, like I got the key to my room, I open my room and I get this huge whiff. Wait, before I even go on, let me put in the description of the song that's playing right now. So the song that's playing right now is called Hunter x Hunter Godspeed, because I was playing Hunter x Hunter. And, you know, when Killua started doing the Godspeed, you know, signature move in the show, like, I thought it was super cool, so I made a track based on that. And it's just really, I don't know, I feel like it's super cool. It's like a kind of like a fighting song. It's like a fighting beat, so I hope y'all enjoy it. But alright, so I get to my room and there's a huge like whiff, like a smell. I'm like, what is this smell? Come to find out there was mold in the walls, and I was like, I was devastated. I was like, oh my gosh, because I went to CUA. I went to Catholic University of Maryland, of America. So the dorms that I'm used to are kind of like almost like hotels, right? So, but I realized that a lot of schools are like this. And honestly, when I found out what the Chinese students' dorms looked like, you know, it was even worse than the international students' dorms. So I was kind of just like feeling bad for all the students. But, you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles. And I couldn't complain because, you know, I was going to school for free. I got a full scholarship, so I couldn't complain about that. I was just, you know, I had to just deal with it. But, let me just take a break from the commentary and just let y'all listen to the full beat so y'all can get immersed in it. Okay, so that's the end of the Hunter x Hunter Godspeed beat. That is part of the album that I released uh, last year called Video Games or Anime. So y'all can check it out on my Spotify. This next beat that I made is called I Will Stay Here Together With You. Uh, it's a beat that I made based off the anime movie uh, Garden of Words. So just really chill, kind of lo-fi feel, real slow, kind of like that. I don't know. I feel like it has like some kind of 80s kind of driving through the night kind of vibe. So I really messed with it. But during this beat, I'm just gonna talk more about what I was speaking on before, like my experience, like when I first got to China. So I was really devastated when I saw my room, but honestly, like it really pales, you know, in comparison to the shock that I had, you know, just going into the city. And when I say the shock that I had, I mean like a good kind of shock. So, you know, it was a different kind of shock because when I went to the city, like it was so much to experience. Nanjing is a city of like 10 million people, and not only that, it's a food city and it has a lot of beautiful nature. I was getting into, so at first, like I said, for my first video, I thought I was just gonna have like a river by my apartment and I was gonna be running by it every day, which there are a lot of rivers in the city, but like, I mean, when I say in the city, I mean downtown, because that's where I was living. I was living at first, but I mean, when I went out and then the first thing I did was try to go get some food, and going and trying to like read the menus in the restaurants, and using Google Translate when Google doesn't work in China. I did not know that Google didn't work in China. I knew Facebook did, and Instagram and Twitter didn't work in China, but I did not know Google didn't work. So I was trying to translate stuff, and some stuff would translate, some stuff wouldn't. But I was just picking stuff off the menu randomly. Now here's another thing. I was vegetarian at the time, and because I didn't know how to read the menus and how to even speak Chinese at all, like I basically changed my diet. I started eating everything again, you know, which later on I'll tell you how that went for me. But you know, I just started eating everything, and honestly, the food is here. Like I said, it's a food city, so everything is good, especially the street food here. You know, like street food in Asia is awesome. So, like, I got to really enjoy for like a good couple years. You know, just how the street food is and the street food culture. So, it was really dope. And you know, the first thing that I experienced just being in China and when I got here in 2016 was just the food and the nightlife. So the nightlife is so interesting here. It's like it's way different than back home. Honestly, if I had to keep it a buck, I think I like the nightlife back home better, but that's just because I'm more accustomed to it, you know, and I feel like back home when people DJ, a lot of the times at the club and at the bars, you get like a proper DJ. But over here, a lot of the times when you go to certain bars and clubs, they'll have people who are students DJing, you know, and there's nothing wrong with being a student and DJing at the same time, but a lot of the times they're like really new to it, so they haven't really took the years to develop the skills as a DJ and to develop a different kind of song structure, you know, playlist structure. So it's like they'll play the same songs 5 times over, and they won't play certain songs. Like, I really like a lot of different type of music, so when I go to a place to listen to music, I really expect a certain kind of vibe. Like, I like house, I like reggae, I like dancehall, I like almost everything. So one thing I like when I go to the club is I like to, you know, see a DJ who's like eclectic, and they didn't have that, so that was really disappointing to me. But I mean, I just feel like the pure energy of the bars and stuff here, was really high. So I enjoyed a lot about it, like, and I think that I wouldn't even change the fact that I went out so much when I first got here. Like, especially they have like a historical district called 1912, where it's like everything is like kind of like in the year 1912, and all the clubs and stuff were there, all the bars were there. And most of the time when you go to bars and clubs here, they play a lot of African music, which I grew up listening to. So I enjoyed it, could I listen to it through like the whole night? Not really. It was just like all African music and like top 40 hits, which is a bad combination. Like, I think if you're gonna play African music, then you definitely got to get into some dance hall and some reggae and Caribbean music. You got to play different types of African music too. It's like you play Nigerian, Ghanaian, like South African and all that. You got to play everything. You can't just play stuff from like one place. So, I mean, but that's enough about my gripes with the music here. Me as a producer, you can see why I feel some type of way about it. I'm talking about it so much because I'm really into it. I'm really into music. I really view it as like something essential to my life. So, what else? So, 2016, just the bars, the music, the education. Let me talk a little bit about the education I got here. So the classes here were cool. The only thing was, a lot of places say that they got classes in English when they really don't. So, in reality, I really felt like I was going to be taking all my classes in English, and then I got there and the classes were in Chinese. But what happened was a lot of the teachers were really cool about it, when they were just like, all right, we know you can kind of just like teach yourself, so we're going to give you the textbook, we can give you these assignments in English, and what you got to do is just complete the assignments, write a whole like essay on it at the end of the semester. You might have to do like a couple tests, but we gonna try to make it easy for you. And that's one thing I really appreciate about like the teachers here, is just like they didn't go and make things super difficult. They like really tried to like cater to the international students. So I really appreciated that. And I think like for the first 6 months of me being in China, there was still a lot that I didn't experience. Like, I didn't really get into the nature or even the entertainment things really deeply because of my lack of the knowledge. But once I started with more Chinese people, and of course once I started dating, and I started dating my girlfriend, and who's now my wife, things really changed, and I was able to get a fuller Chinese experience, So the song that's playing right now is called Smoky Sunset. You can find it in my Spotify. It's a pretty chill song. I just had made basically watching the sunset, inspired by that, sad boy things. If you like music, definitely like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow me on all my different platforms, on Spotify, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram and Twitter. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot, especially, I really feel like I had to break out of my shell to do all this. So I really appreciate your feedback, and tell me what you want to see, what you don't want to see. If you want more commentary, let me know, what you would want me to talk about when it comes to my life here. or if you just want the gameplay with the beats with no commentary, I can put that up too. I'll be putting a mixture of those things up anyway. So some stuff you're gonna see, you know, there's gonna be like no talking, and some stuff you're gonna hear like a whole bunch of talking. But thank you so much for, you know, tuning in, and I'll see you guys later with more stuff to give you. So peace.